So today's topic is mineral resources. First, we study introduction, classification of minerals, use and exploration, environmental impact, and of mineral extraction and uses. Introduction. Minerals are naturally occurring inorganic crystalline solids having a definite chemical composition and characteristic physical properties. Now, there are thousands of minerals occurring in different parts of the world. However, most of rocks we see every day are just a composed of few common minerals like quartz, feldspar, bentonite, dolomite, calcite, lanthanite, etc. These minerals are just in turns composed of some minerals like elements like silicon, oxygen, ions, magnesium, calcium, aluminium, etc. Classification of minerals based on their properties. Minerals are basically of two types: non-metallic minerals, that is graphite, diamond, quartz. Second is mineral elements, bauxite, lantite, etc. Minerals are composed, sometimes classified as critical and strategic. Critical minerals are essential for the economy of the nation. Example: ions, iron, aluminium, copper, gold, etc. Strategic minerals are those which are required for the defense of the country, like manganese, cobalt, platinum, chromium, etc. Use and exploration. Use of minerals as follows. First is development of industrial plant and machinery. Second is generation of energy, that is coal, lignite, uranium. Third is construction of housing settlement. Fourth is defense equipment. Fifth is transportation means. Sixth is communication, telephone wires, cables, electronic device. Seventh is medicinal system, particularly in Ayurvedic system. Next is formation of alloys of various purpose. Next is agriculture has fertilizer, seed dressing, and fungicides. Last is jewelry. So these are the major reservoirs and important use of some of the major metals. And this is about non-metal minerals and their uses. Some major minerals of India's: energy generating minerals, coils and lignite, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Orissa, MP, AP, and uranium, Jharkhand, AP, and Meghalaya, Rajasthan. And some commercially used minerals are aluminium, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Maharashtra, MP, and Tamil Nadu. Iron is Jharkhand, Orissa, MP, AP, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Goa. Copper is Rajasthan, Bihar, Jharkhand, Karnataka, MP, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, and Arunachal. Environmental impact of mineral extraction and use. The issue related to the limits of the mineral resources in our earth crust and in our oceans is not just so significant. Most important environmental concern arises from the impact of extraction and processing of these minerals during mining, etc. So these are the examples of extraction, mining of minerals. Impacts of mining. Mining is done to extract minerals from the deep deposits in soil by using subsurface mining, or some from shallow deposits by surface mining. The former method is more destructive, dangerous, and expensive, including risk of occupation, hazards, and accident. So surface mining can be used of any of the following three types: open pit mining, in which the machine drill holes and remove the ores. Example: copper, iron, grave, limestone, sandstone, marble. Rigging is a change bucket, and the drag lines are used, which scrape up the minerals from the upper water mineral deposit. Strip mining, in which the ore is stripped off by using the bulldozers, water shells, and stripping vehicles. Environmental damage caused by the mining activity. Devegetation and defacing of the landscape. The topsoil as well as the vegetations are removed from the mining area to get the access of the deposit, while large-scale deforestation or the devegetation leads to several ecological losses. The landscape also get badly affected. The huge quality of the quantity of the debris and the talling, along with the big scars and the disruptions, spoils the aesthetic value of the region and make it points to soil erosion. Subsides of lands. It is mainly associated with underground mining. Subsides of mining areas often result in tilting of buildings, cracking in house, buckling of the road, binding of the rail tracks, and leaking of gas from cracked pipes, and leads to a serious disaster. Groundwater contamination. Mining disturbs the natural hydrological process and pollutes the groundwater. Sulfur used present as an impurity in many ores is to get converted into sulfuric acid through the microbial action, thereby making the water acidic. Some heavy metals also get into the water and contaminate it, poses health hazards. Next is surface water population. The acid mine drainage often contaminate the nearby streams and the lakes. The acid water is detrimental to forms of aquatic lives, and somehow radioactive substance like uranium also contaminate the water bodies. The mining water mines water and kills the aquatic life. The heavy metal pollutions of water bodies near the mining area is a very common feature, creating the health hazard. Air pollution. In order to separate and purify the metal from the other impurities in the ore, cementing is done, while it emits the enormous quantities of air pollution, damaging the vegetation near and causes serious environmental impacts. The suspended particle matter COX shoot arsenic particles, cadmium lead shoot up in the atmosphere near the cements, and the public suffer from the several health problems. Occupation health hazards. Most of the miners suffer from the various respiratory skin diseases due to the constant exposure to the suspended particular materials and toxic substance. Miner working in a different types of mine surface has asbestos, silicose, black lung disease, etc. So next is ready-made measures. The safety of mine worker is usually not as a priority subject of industry. The statistical data show that, on average, there are 30 non-fatal but disable accident per ton of mineral produced and 1 death per 2.5 tons of mineral produced. In order to minimize the adverse impact of mining, it is desirable to adopt eco-friendly mining technology. The low-grade ores can be better utilized by using microbial leaching technique. The bacterium Theobasicus ferroxines has been successfully and economically used for extracting gold embeds in the iron sulfide ores. So the ores are inoculated with the desired strains of bacteria which remove the impurities. This biological method is helpful for economic as well as environmental point of view. Restoration of mine areas by revegetation them with the appropriate plant species, stabilization of mine lands, gradual restoration of flora, preventing from the toxic drainage discharge, and confirming the standard of air emission are essential for minimizing the environmental impact of mining. Thank you.